Santiago Gimenez from Feyenoord to Forest could be back on. Welcome to your latest Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, we're going to be talking about a striker linked to Forest, and one that should be oh so familiar to you guys. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV. Make sure you're following our new Twitter X account, whatever it's called. It's at YouTube FFTV, and you got Insta there, official FFTV. You got TikTok there, and of course on here on YouTube. So let's jump into the news and let's talk about Santi Gimenez again. So let me cast your minds back to the summer. This was the striker that Forest chased down really hard. If you remember, Forest were very keen on a striker. Eddie Nketiah was close, and Santi Gimenez was close as well. Eddie Nketiah refused to come to Forest, mainly around pay, mainly around he thought we were in a relegation battle, ends up at Palace and still yet to score a Premier League goal. Santi Gimenez, on the other hand, didn't want to come to Forest because he feared we would be in a relegation battle, and with Feyenoord he felt that he had Champions League football and wanted another season there to test the waters out to see maybe if he could get himself into his top 6 team in the Premier League. Now then, fast forward a few months. Well, actually, let's not fast forward too far, because Forest were then adamant to try him on. There was a party sent out on behalf of Marinakis to try and convince him to come to Forest. It seemed like terms were agreed, if I remember back to the summer. I mean, you can check out the old videos. I think the deal was something like 25 plus 5 to get him to come across. The clubs were pretty much in agreement, but Santi said he thought that Forest were going to be in a relegation battle. Now then, at the start of the season, he was out for about a month and a half with a thigh injury that kept him out, but he's come back from that and he's banging in the goals. I think he's got 8 goals in about 12 or 13 matches at Feyenoord, and he scored one of the goals in that 3-3 comeback with Feyenoord against Manchester City a couple of weeks ago. So he's in good goal scoring form. He's, don't forget, he's Mexican international, good age as well. Maybe the deal is about the same. But now there's a change of heart. Let me read you out a quote from his dad. This was him talking to the Mexico's Record. And he said that he can leave the Eredivisie club this January. I think there was already some monitoring by some teams about Santiago, but I don't think we really know if he's going to come. But there is monitoring, he said. Santi has been at the club for 2.5 years. The club is open to listening to if there is an offer, but well, we have to stay calm. The market is going to move a little. Hopefully it can happen. If not, Santi is very happy at Feyenoord. But yes, the idea is that he can leave. So there's a lot of politicking going on. What's that word? Politicking, whatever it, anyway, in what his dad said there. Basically, it's clear that they want a move now, but they can't really say that they want to move, because if they don't get to move, then they're going to lose the fans at Feyenoord and it's going to make it hostile and what have you. So clearly he has to be politically correct about what he's saying that, yeah, if it doesn't happen, he's happy to stay. Now, the interested clubs that were in him in the summer were Forest. Forest were like the most interested. But you had the likes of, I think, West Ham and maybe Newcastle off the top of my head were looking at him. Can't remember on Newcastle, but definitely West Ham. Now, West Ham bought that full rug striker, so they filled their striker position, even though they look crap up front still this season. And the talk is, and the hints from what he's saying there, is that the links to Forest are potentially back on. And let's get on to this question. And I want you guys to put your comments in the chat below. Would you take him at Forest? That is the $1 million question, the $64 million question. Because I am very ant-like on this one, and I am heavily on the fence. I don't like the idea that he didn't want to come to Forest in the first place because he thought we were going to be in a relegation battle. And I definitely don't like the idea of him almost bandwagoning onto Nuno and Forest's success this season. And he's looked at the table, he's like, oh crap, they're fourth. Wait, is this table upside down? Are they fourth bottom? No, they're actually fourth. Maybe I can go in there, bag myself a few goals, get European football for next season in, the most recognized league in the world, make a name for myself and so on. So that side of things I don't like, but he is a goal scorer. It's a bit for me like Alex Moreno with that stupid letter he put out to the Betis fans when he said he was staying. Then he ends up going to Villa the next afternoon. Well, it wasn't the next afternoon, but you get me. And now he's ended up full circle coming to Forest. Now, with Alex Moreno, I've forgiven him because his performances on the pitch have been good. And I think I'd probably do the same with Gimenez. But I'm still not convinced he's the profile striker that fits perfectly into the Premier League. What I am convinced about is that his profile suits a Nuno formation. He's not the quickest in the world, bit of a fox, it's a fox in the box, clinical finisher, 100% on that. But my heart was set on a Marmoush style striker. And look at him now. He's absolutely flying in the Bundesliga. And he's being linked to the likes of Liverpool and a few other of the European giants as well. So that one, again, was a similar story to Gimenez, where he didn't want to join Forest, where the clubs had fees agreed and everything else like that. And then he just thought the same thing. Oh, what if they're in a relegation battle? But am I being a hypocrite? Because if Marmoush turned around in January and said, you know what, I want to go to Forest, I'd be like, let me know what time to pick you up from the airport, mate. Nothing would make me happier than him coming because he is a cracking striker, as I told you guys in the summer. So with Gimenez, I'm not at that hypocritical level that I am with Marmoush. But we do need a striker and we need one who can score goals. Now, the old argument will come back in. Can he do it in the Premier League? He's been doing it in a Farmers League and what have you, the Eredivisie. I think he can in a Nuno formation. I don't think he would work in many other clubs, if I'm being honest with you. But it just doesn't sit right with me. I can't get fully behind this one. I can't. I don't like the attitude. And if you come in at that, you're coming to a club where the rest of your teammates will know that, you snubbed us in the summer after our whole song and dance was made, red carpet was rolled out to try and get you here. And then you're coming in here. He's automatically going to assume that he should start then, isn't he? Because he's going to think, well, they've rolled out the red carpet. I've, turned my nose up at them, but now I've shown them favor. So I should be coming here guaranteed to start. And then does that upset the dynamics in the team? I don't know if you guys have seen the Morgan Gibbs-White, Chris Wood interview, but MGW talked about one of the best team's spirits he's ever seen in his playing career has been at Forest by far and away. And would this break that dynamic if he comes in and tries to force himself into the first team? Now, don't get me wrong, competition for Chris Wood is important, and we definitely need a backup because as we've all seen, Taiwo looks a little shot right now and completely lacking in confidence and out of form. So I know I'm babbling on a bit because I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts. Look, I'll finish with this. If we do not get a striker in January, we are in more trouble than if we get Gimenez. Gimenez will score goals, but it's the way the team and the players will, and the fans will or will not accept him. I'm not at peace with it, but if it's him or nothing, I'd probably take him. If it's him or Marmoush, just tell me when to pick Marmoush up. I need to know what you guys think. I'm going to sit on the fence on this one for once in my life. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you've enjoyed the content and haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you're new here. And we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.